Plaintiff Jeffrey Tuttle says he's been family friends with the defendant for years. So when he wanted to sell his house, he agreed to make a rent-to-own deal with the defendant. However, Jeffrey claims the defendant's daughter moved into the home and damaged it, so he's suing. Defendant Kenneth Mazoff and his daughter Heidi admit that Heidi moved into Jeffrey's home, and Kenneth claims she turned it into a party house. But Heidi insists Kenneth was at the house partying too. Kenneth admits they caused some damage to Jeffrey's home, but claims they've fallen on tough economic times.
All right, tell me what happened.
Well, basically, I've been very patient with the defendant since September of 2008 when I found my house, basically.
I don't blame you. I'd be patient too, big and mean as he looked. I wouldn't press him. Go ahead.
From September of 2008 up until about a month ago when I went with some friends to a local bar, which I don't usually go to, and I seen them both there. I didn't go over and say nothing to them. They've been friends of the family for quite some time.
All right.
And, she come up to me and was basically like, hey, I haven't seen you here before. I was like, yeah, I don't usually come here. Well, I'm in here every Friday and Saturday night drinking. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I haven't seen a dime since...
I don't think it's really any of his business what I do with my weekends. Like, if I want to go to the bar, I just feel it's irrelevant.
Okay. Any other background?
Well, I've been friends with the family since we lived in Detroit back in the 80s. And I love Jeff and I love his family yet. I'm sorry it's gone this far. But there's a lot of economic problems at that time that we just couldn't take care of them.
Well, tell me what happened with any agreements or property issues that you all have.
Like he said, I've known them since we lived in Michigan. We moved to Tennessee, me and my family, in 91. And, my dad moved with Saturn. And he come down to visit and stayed with my parents for a little while to see if it was something he might want to do. And he seemed to really like Tennessee, so he decided to move his wife and his two boys down. And I was ready to buy my parents' house. I'd been talking to my parents about buying the house I grew up in from them. And I was going to sell my house first, which is the house that they ended up renting for me. But he told my dad that he wanted to, basically buy the house, but that he couldn't at that particular time. Mm-hmm. And I told both him and my dad, we were all there together, that, I have no intentions of renting the house. I want to sell it. But that if he needs to pay basically the mortgage payment until he's able to buy it, because he said he had some credit issues to work out. Mm-hmm. I said, that's fine. And it was supposed to happen basically within a year.
So what went wrong?
Well, basically, she had moved down to live with them, and I believe they were having some economic problems as far as
that. Everybody is, in fact, and has been for the last couple of years.
I believe they were having.
If I could interrupt, I was having marital problems at the time also, and my daughter decided that. She had an apartment, and if we swapped locations, it would probably be the best for everything all the way around. So she took over the house, and it was, to my understanding, she was going to take care of it. But instead, it ended up being a party house.
You were there too, Dad.
Go ahead.
Basically, it got to where I was being told, well, she may buy it, he may buy it. I didn't know who was living where. There was 2 apartments and my house involved. And then they weren't returning my calls. I go over there and it's abandoned. And the neighbor's telling me that there was an extension cord that was being run from the refrigerator across through the bedroom, across the driveway to the neighbor's house because the power had gotten cut off just so they keep the fridge going.
I know about that all too well.
I walk in there and there's
Not me personally. I have a lot of friends and relatives.
There's a dead bird laying in the front bedroom. I'm like, why is there a dead bird in the front? I couldn't believe it. The carpet is destroyed. The walls have scratch marks from the dogs all over it. The rest of the carpet, the dogs had, I guess, urinated all over them.
You have any pictures?
Yes, I've got plenty of
And as
pictures.
he brings as he gives the pictures, why don't you all tell me what's happening with this?
I'd like to say that, yes, the intention was there to replace the carpet.
Okay, and sir, your only damages are the carpet and
I have an outline of all the damages here.
Because some of this is wear and tear. And then I see a couple of.
I'd even given them a couch that they had a bonfire with in the backyard. I mean, my grass was completely gone. The back of the house was all scratched up and dirty where the dogs were inside, outside. The whole basis of it is that he was going to be responsible for everything and he was going to buy the house. There was no question to that. You know, I have a statement from my dad. He was there whenever
I see it.
we discussed, and I have emails where he didn't disagree with any of the amounts. I sent him a copy of that money owed.
Read something to me that shows he agreed or intended to pay for all the damage.
After I explained him and sent him the breakdown, his response was, Jeff, I'll do what I can, but I'm just about homeless. Peggy's not working, and what I make is, he never disputed it. And then just recently I heard he got a promotion from my dad.
Now, do you believe she also had something to do with the damage?
Oh, I mean, it was mainly, what I was told by him is that, you know, mainly it was her and her husband that were there, and the pit bull and the Doberman.
So he put it on his door?
Basically, I mean.
Your Honor, I took all my orders, the carpet, when I ripped that out, my dad told me to do that. And, you know, and like there's some damage in the bathroom I know of, but I did that because there was mold growing in there that he did not want to come over and take care of. And, you know, all in all, I think we did some good for the house that he's not mentioning. We put
you want to mention it?
There was no mold there when I moved out of that house.
Maybe you should mention it because I don't see the good.
Well, we put granite in the living room. There's like a little counter or whatever. We put some granite in. We got rid of that mold in the bathroom because I'm not going to live like.
Do you have any receipts for the things you did?
No.
Okay. Do you agree that they made improvements to the home?
The one corner, there was what she was talking about, the granite countertop. I mean, it made it look a little bit better.
How much you think that cost? Anyone know?
About $400.
Yes, sir. I understand your financial situations. Everyone's in that situation, including myself. I mean, I lost a lot of money dealing with those crooks on Wall Street. I like to tell my bill collectors that, hey, I lost some money in the stock market, and so you have to wait. But I can't. They'll sue me and they'll win. So he's suing you for what you owe him, and he's going to win today. However, I'm going to be kind enough to deduct $400 because they did make improvements, which they are no longer able to enjoy. $3,457 is your judgment. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.